NATO will have to become the security and defense organization of the global West. It is completely inevitable, with eventually Ukraine, Georgia, and Moldova joining it, with the challenge of authoritarianism and anti-democratic forces spreading well beyond Russia. We count in Iran and, of course, China. It is just inevitable. So in a sense, what I think will be important for the future of NATO is to learn the lessons from the early 21st century, from what NATO did in Iraq and especially in Afghanistan, of course, because that was the NATO operation, and draw conclusions and be better prepared to face off with these challenges. But what I think will be easier, in fact, is to admit Ukraine, Georgia, and Moldova than to figure out how to tackle this global challenge. There will be discussions, there will be disagreements, but I think that this second task, the latter task, will be much more challenging and much more long-term. It is a very important and politically sensitive issue, as it always was. But today, when NATO faces the possibility, I think inevitability, of eventually, let's say, Ukraine, Moldova and Georgia joining NATO, joining the alliance, it will be very important to educate the publics in the benefits of NATO and, yes, the risks of being in the alliance. You can't lie to the people, you can't lie to the citizens. You have to tell them that it may happen that Portuguese mothers will see their sons off to defend Mariupol once again. So this calls, I think, for a very frank and bold approach. Article 5 has to be maybe explained again to NATO publics in the context of the 21st century, in the context of social media and immediate information availability, but also within the parameters of the democratic debate about defense and about sovereignty. Unless you touch upon these issues, you'll be deceiving the public, and that will boomerang back to NATO. You don't want that.